My name is Alessandro Copitrocola and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're not yet subscribed, smash the button right now. I guarantee you it's worth it. If you already subscribed to my YouTube channel, you know that we talk about fintech, financial educational, investment, lifestyle, and in general, how to be in the top 1% in the world. In this video of today, I will explain what is to set up an online business in the 2023. And I have the most 10 asked question, and I will try to reply all of them so that you can have a clear idea about setting up an online business in 2023. We will discuss what is the best company structure to have, what is the accounting requirement, which jurisdiction is the best to incorporate your business in, how you should keep your documents, how you should report your profit to the authority, what are the options available on the market. Basically, the top most common question will be covered. Stay with me and watch this video until the end. Okay, so the first question what I always get is, I am a globetrotter. I sell my service or good remotely. Where should I incorporate my business? Okay, it's very good point. So I go straight to the point, otherwise the video will be too long and you may get lost. Anyway, I will write in the comment the question so you can select and watch just the question what is relevant for you. So the straight answer is or UK or US. Why? Many reasons. First of all, they are a common law jurisdiction, so it's very easy to incorporate your business, very cheap to manage your business, and if your turnover is not so big and you are a startupper, it's also very easy to report to the authority, to do your tax report. Everything is pretty much simple, and on top of that, the taxation is really low comparison to many other jurisdictions worldwide. So you can basically set up your company all online. You can open easier a bank account into an online bank, and boom, open a Stripe account and you are ready to sell your service online without any problem. So if you're watching this video, you are a business coach, you are a motivator, you're selling course on Instagram, you are setting up any type of online education, or you sell some specific knowledge online, you can register your company in the UK or in US very easy. And if you want a full package with all what you need to be operative, it depends what you pick, but you can start usually from few $100 and you can have boom, your company incorporate without any problem at all. I will leave a link in this video to my page where you will find all information about the UK and the US. Of course, as always, if you have a specific question, you can always jump into one-to-one call with me and have special promotion. You will find the link below. For $285, you can buy a one-to-one call with me and have all your specific question answered. Now, let's go to the second most asked question is, where will I be taxed? It's a very good question. Typically, you are taxed where you are resident of. Now, case of the globetrotter, I have a lot of followers that they spend maybe summer in Europe. They like to have winter in Bali and maybe a couple of months in Dubai. So for goodness sake, where should you pay your tax? It's very hard to understand where to submit your tax declaration. So first of all, we should understand that there are two types of taxation. One is taxation on your business, so-called corporate tax. Another thing is your personal income, personal tax. So there are two different types of tax. So the corporation tax you pay in the country where your company is incorporated. The personal tax you pay in the country where you live. Okay, Alessandro, but I live 6 months there, 5 months there, so it really depends. From every country have a different way to consider you resident of that specific country. So it depends which passport you own and where you're living now. First of all, for example, it's very interesting to understand where, if you have a resident permit, if you have a sort of resident in the country where you live, because if you spend just 5 months in Bali, you not become automatically resident of Bali. If you spend 3 months in Dubai, you not become resident of the UAE automatically. So you may still be resident in the country where your passport were issued. So maybe you come from Latvia, you come from Italy, or I don't know, Armenia or Kazakhstan or any other country. So you may still be resident in that specific country rather than in the country where you spend the most of your time, or in different countries. So it's very important to be resident on a specific country. And of course, one of the best country to be resident of is Dubai, because there are basically no tax on personal income. So you need to understand, and you need to have a clear idea about where is your personal residence, where is your fiscal residence, and where your company will be taxed. Of course, you have also to consider that when you sell online, there are a lot of other, let's say, options that apply. So it's not black and white exactly as I told, but there are lots of things what you have to consider. So I really recommend and all these things, it's really changing according to the jurisdiction involved. So I really recommend, if you are a globetrotter, if you live in another country and you do online business, just incorporate your business in UK and US and jump into one-to-one call with me, so that I can suggest where the best route for you, where is the best for you to be resident of, and I can help and explain how to get resident of the country of your dream. Now, third most asked question. Can you explain difference between corporate business in the US versus United Kingdom versus Hong Kong versus Singapore or UAE? Can you explain difference? How do you see this country and so on? So Again, if you're selling service online, of course, if you sell goods, it's slightly different. But let's consider if you sell service. Basically, for me, the cheapest and faster solution is to incorporate a business in the United Kingdom or in the United States. Of course, if you target Asia, if your target market is Asia, of course, you may consider Hong Kong or Singapore. But if you are an European and American, it's much more expensive, because in Singapore you should have a resident director, you should have a nominee director, so you should pay a person who can act on your behalf. So you should appoint a nominee director, you should appoint a secretary. In Hong Kong, you should pass audit. So if you are not really, if you are at the very beginning and you just want to simply incorporate the company in one day, open an online bank account in few days, and apply, register with Stripe, and boom, go online 2 weeks time, 3 weeks time maximum, then only UK and only US can make you operative in a couple of weeks. All other jurisdictions require much more money and much more effort. When it comes to the UAE, it's fantastic jurisdiction. Many of you know how I love Dubai. I used to spend lots of time in Dubai. It's one of my favorite cities in the world. But if you are a startupper, if you wanna register an online business, it may be very costly. So I really recommend to incorporate your business in the UK or in the US if you wanna sell online products. Now, when it comes to the goods, it's a huge question. I got, for example, some requests of people that they are selling perfumes, or they are selling some jewelry, or they are selling some specific object for the home, you know, some decoration, some art. So when we come to the goods, then it depends where you sell. You may need to register for the VAT. So let's say you can still, in my opinion, even if you sell goods and you have not a huge turnover. What I mean huge turnover, I mean $250,000. So if your turnover is lower than $250,000, I really recommend, even for goods, to incorporate your company in the United Kingdom or the United States. And if you sell to Europe, or if you sell to a Gulf country or Southeast Asia, then to see and to understand how the VAT or GST apply to your specific case, maybe it may make sense to register your company for that specific tax. I'm talking about VAT or GST in that specific geographic area. This topic is very complex, cannot be covered in a short video, so I really recommend you to jump into a one-to-one call with me to clarify all the tax and all the law that apply to your specific case. Fourth question: how does accounting work, and what I shall report, what I shall submit, etc., etc. Now, if we're talking about UK and US, it's very easy. You can keep your bookkeeping. I really recommend to keep your bookkeeping. I use Xero. I will post a link under this video to that system. You can keep your books, and you can issue the invoice, everything from your computer. You can integrate Xero with your Stripe, and without any problem, you can keep your books in order. Now, if you need an help on this, you can always write in this comment. Let me know if you have some specific question, but it's really, really easy. You just register and you can keep in order your books, and the software will help you to issue invoice for your clients, and you can insert the invoice what you pay out, so that you can always have a track of your finance. Now, when it comes to the report, then it's not so complicated. I mean, in UK you should file an annual return and the corporation tax. In US you should file with the government some sort of annual return with the tax, and in many cases, if you're not selling to the US with a US company, you don't need to pay the federal tax. So it's pretty much easier, and of course I can help you to submit all those reports. So if this is your case and you need an help to submit your accounts report or your confirmation statement or your annual return report, just drop me an email. Some of my team will come in touch with you and explain all what you have to do. In most of cases, it's very easy and straightforward. If you want us to do, we can do as well, and we charge very small fee. We have very competitive fees, so for a few $100 you can have everything sorted out, and you can focus on your business to do more money. Now, the fifth question is the VAT or GST applicable to my online business? Are there other taxes or duty to pay? Again, it's very complex question, so it depends. First of all, you don't need to register for GST if you not sell your business. So if you open an US company and you don't sell to the US, don't need to register for the business. Similar to the UK. So if you not sell more than £85,000 in the UK, you don't need to register for the VAT. So there are lots of exemptions. But if you sell goods, then you may need to register for VAT or GST into the geographic area. So if you work in Europe, you may need to have an European Union VAT number. If you work in the Australia, you may need to have a specific GST for that area. So it's really specific about which type of goods etc. you sell. Of course, there may be some duties. So that you may want to consider. Duties are only apply if you sell goods. If you sell service, there are no any duties to pay. I really recommend. I will do another video. Let me know in the comment if you're interested. And I will share the most 10 or 15 online business idea that you can start to work. Of course, service is much easier because you just sell your knowledge, or you just sell your time. It's easier to start with service than with the goods. But if the drop shipping is your dream job, if import-export is your dream, e-commerce, etc., I really recommend to have a look about all this registration, what you have to do. And the best investment you can do is to book a one-to-one call with me. $285 special offer. You will have all your information, all your question answered, and you will have a clear picture about what you could do without any problem. Question number 6. So the sixth most asked question is, how can I move to Dubai and have an online business? This is quite easy. I mean, you can incorporate your business in the United States or in the United Kingdom, and you can be resident of the Dubai. You can enjoy the sunshine, the Dubai lifestyle, still have a perfect legit business online. So I don't see any problem with that, and I think that Dubai is very interesting. It's a very interesting city. So if you have a good turnover, you start to earn good money. I really recommend to relocate to Dubai and I can help you with it, by the way. So if you're looking for some solution to relocate to Dubai, there are lots of options available. I recommend you to write me an email. I will leave in the comments the email address you can contact, and one of my team will come back to you with the best offer and the best possibility for yourself. Now, what was the number 7? Why it's so hard to send or receive money to from the EU? It's a good question. I mean, there are a lot of due diligence at the moment. So when you do euro transaction and you send money from Europe to a third country, or when you receive from third country, of course your bank may ask you much more information. Anyway, if your business is legit, you should not worry at all. If you have everything, so every time you do a transaction, basically you should have an agreement and an invoice, basically. So if you sell some specific service, I really advise you to spend a few $100 to have a very professional agreement so that you will have any problem. And as I told already before, I recommend you to spend some $20 a month on a subscription to Xero accounting program, where you can have invoice and you can have all the documents ready for the bank. Of course, if you sell goods, then you may also need some documents from logistic company. So you need to look when you pick a specific logistic, if they can do all the documents for you. For example, if you pick DHL or OPS, when you send your goods to your clients, they may become your agent, so they may do all the job for you, and you can focus on your business. So everything is possible. You should have just all the documents in order. And to have all the documents in order, you should understand exactly what you're doing. And I really recommend you to use a proper bookkeeping software, because you will find there all the draft, and you can create your invoice template very easy in few minutes. Now, question number 8. If I'm a perpetual traveling the world continuously from country to country without having a permanent residence, can I open an online business? Sure, definitely you can. And I already kind of replied to this question before. I understand, because I've been a globetrotter and I use it to travel a lot the world, and I understand your question. I mean, if I spend 2 months there, 3 months there, where I'm resident, because I'm living in different country all of time. But the concept of residency is a bit old, and the legal background was written where there were no possibility of online work. So that's the main reason why you need to put a little bit more effort to understand this concept. And I just recommend you to check where you are resident, because the fact that you're not living in your country does not mean that you are still not resident. So you may have a passport, I don't know, any European passport or any other country passport, and you can be a globetrotter around the world, but you can still be tax resident in the country where you lived before. So I really recommend that you make sure what the law are in your country. I mean, when I say your country, I mean the country where you have passport, the country of your citizenship. So it's really, really important. And it's very important to consider for you to change the residence, to have an official residence in another country, in UAE, or to apply in Malaysia, or to apply in Bali, or to apply in Portugal, or to apply in the country where you're living now. So, or if you keep continuously changing, maybe you can pick the most interesting country to be resident of, and you can leverage, benefit from this specific country. So I really recommend to dig a little bit more inside in order to understand, first of all, the concept of residency, second, to understand where you're resident of, which country, and third, to understand how you can improve, how you can change the place where you're resident in order to benefit and to leverage on your business. Now, the question number 9 is, can I move my residency abroad? Shall I communicate it to my country? Absolutely yes. In the most of the country, you should communicate to government, to the tax authority of your country, that you're not longer living in that specific country. So I really recommend to see which law apply in your specific country. Of course, I can't cover all the country of the world, but if you have not a US passport for all other country, you are taxed where you are resident. So if you not live any longer in your country and you move it abroad, it's really important to communicate to your government that you move it overseas, because you may have maybe a cheaper personal tax, and you may be tax resident of another country, and this could benefit yourself and your business. So I really recommend to have a look where exactly your residency is, and to make sure that you report everything correct before leaving your country, in order to not have any problem in the future, especially if you come back and you have some penalty or some tax to pay. What's for? Now, the last but not the least question is the number 10. Is it legal to sell my service online without opening a company? Hard question. Some country, they allow you to have some small business transaction, maybe up to $5,000, $10,000. Some country, absolutely not. I really not recommend to sell anything online without having a company. It's really a peace of mind. I mean, you can open a US company or a UK company really with few $100. So why will you risk to have a problem? Why will you even consider something like this? Just open your company and enjoy enjoy the opportunity that this company, this jurisdiction you pick can give, and focus on the online business, so that you don't need to worry about all the legal background and accounting report. I really suggest you to incorporate the company, focus on selling as much as you can, and always you have time, 1 year, to since you incorporate the company, usually at least 1 year time you have to prepare all documents, to collect all documents before to do any report or to pay any tax. So you have plenty of time to focus on your business, to develop your business, and to have a winning business before taking care about the tax and the declaration and the accounting, all the boring side, let's say this way. At least for me, it's always very boring. I remember also when I started, it was very crazy to remember all the due date and deadline and all those kind of things. So I hope that I give a lot of information. Obviously, if you have any question, you can comment below this video. Let me know if you have any other question, or you want me to cover any specific topic. I will do a nice video, and I will try to reply to the most popular question without any problem. Thank you for watching this video. Hope I was not too boring and that you can find this information very useful for your business, and you can leverage this information what I give to you to have a better business, to make better decision, to win in your business. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you're not yet subscribed to this YouTube channel, smash the button right now, activate the notification bell so that you can get notified every time I post a new video. If you have any specific question, please comment below or send an email. I will try to reply to all your requests, creating new video. And if you want a specific quote, one of my team will help you to have a specific quote and to explain what is relevant for your specific case. Thank you again for watching this video, and see you soon online.